So how can we insulate instead of isolate? Right? Again, boundaries, they help us insulate appropriately. And we can't always create the physical distance that we want from people. For example, like if there's somebody at work who they just feel toxic. Like I can't just quit my job and go work somewhere else. Like that takes a little thought, right? Because I got to work so we can pay bills and eat and have a place to stay. Like I got to take care of that responsibility. And sometimes the person is a family member. Like, what do you do when the family member's toxic and y'all gonna just show up to the event that the family's having? And you show up and you're hoping that they had something else to do because you don't even want to be in the space with them. It's not easy to get away. Sometimes the person is in your house. Oh my goodness. And so it takes a little effort. Like Buffalo, he was using isolation really as a tool for all his relationships instead of insulation. That's really where he was getting to. It's like, leave me alone. I've had enough alone, right? Not letting anybody in. So and listen, we can only use the tools we have in our toolbox, first of all. And when we learn to use those tools the right way, we discover that we can be more skilled at using them. Situations and relationships are nuanced. Nuance. You gotta finesse it, y'all. You can't just apply the same strategy to every situation. You gotta think it through. Thinking my way through instead of feeling my way through. So if I want to get better at insulation, then I have to start here. Insulation requires honesty. Like the surly old Buffalo, he was stuck in his thinking and his acting because of what he had been through. And he may have been going through that for a long time, so that it was no longer just a situation or a circumstance. It had become his lifestyle. I'm telling you, he needed to be seen by his community. His knees even were being seen by his community. Like the one character said, you take naps in the shade. How about a hat? The ram did. He chased the rat. The prairie dog's like, come play with me. You need play in your life. He's like, I don't need no play. Get out of here. And the crow was coming. It's like, yo, like to get to know you. It's like, get out of here. I don't need no friends. Beat it. Leave me in peace, he says. Like he wasn't at peace because he wasn't being honest with himself. And I will tell you, we will hide behind our hurt and we will project out to others confidence and a false sense of strength. And it's all a mirage because we aren't being honest with ourselves about what's really going on with us. All the while, beneath all of that huff and that puff is a really tender heart that has been wounded in a relationship with someone else. So I can get honest about what's really going on with me, right? And in order for me to get honest, then I also have to be reflective. Insulation, it requires me to be reflective. I got to start looking at where this wound comes from. What happened? When you've been wounded and you've not dealt with it, you'll even resist anyone else's attempts at intimacy or connection. Just resist it because you haven't dealt with it. It's easier to push people away than to risk being hurt again. Don't avoid dealing with your issues. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. Others, they can see beyond your Buffalo Fluffalo, and they know that beneath that protective attitude is someone worth getting to know. And life has a way of exposing what you refuse to see or let go of. Like anger is useful, but it's not intended to be your permanent state. And the volume of your angst is an indication of the depth of your hurt, not the girth of your strength. And so insulation, it requires you to be honest. Insulation requires you to be reflective, but insulation also requires community. Like maybe you should stop protecting yourself from the very people who have been sent to help you and accept you. Like we all need a friend like Ram who can call us to be more than the way we've been showing up in the world. We need people like that in our lives to say, come here, come here. What's going on with you? Why are you showing up like this? Sometimes we need to reassess who we are so we can discover who we're meant to be.